What up, people? Can you say close call? Can you say a damn? So, alright, so I just got parked here for the night. I was going to enjoy a really, really nice sunset. But, and I'm typing away on Facebook back and forth with Woody and I think his name's Eric. I'm bad if I got that wrong, homie. But, and then screech, I look up, bang, that black car, that black SUV, whatever you want to call it, was pulling out, kind of where that gray car is right there, pulling out into the highway. But their view was blocked by a truck pulling in from the other entrance. So, but they continued to pull out. Well, this SUV right there was flying down that highway, and that's I think 65 for cars. And big smash. You can see the slide marks right there. And I don't want to be one of those assholes like out there gawking and filming. Now, let me just say this first. The first thing I did was I called 911 as I got out of the truck, and I went over and I checked on everybody. The black SUV has 3 occupants. One's a little girl. This SUV right here has 1 female. And so the first thing I did was I got out, checked on everybody, made sure everybody was okay. They got banged up. The little girl got herself banged up pretty good as well. The mom in that vehicle, this gal here driving this SUV, hit her mouth on the steering wheel, and it's all swelled up, and then she started vomiting. So she may have done something internally to her abdomen or something. So anyway, that's the first thing I did. Okay, now that out of the way, the fire truck's already pulled away. Everybody's already been assessed, so I'm back in my truck now. I don't need to be a bystander out there watching, but I do want to show everybody, just to highlight the importance of always, whether you're in a truck or whether you're in a car, check and double check. And if there's a big truck blocking your line of sight, don't just pull out further into the highway so you can see around that big truck. Let them clear, because you don't know. And that's exactly what happened right here. Is they pulled out and got smashed pretty good. This SUV right here, I'm not going to get out and film. Like I said, I just don't feel right about that. But I don't know if you can see it from here. Stopped about maybe 6 to 8 inches away from my truck. Slid the whole way and screech, screech. Like I said, you can see the tire marks right there. Right from the stretcher, the litter right there. You can see the skid marks as it came right up. And I mean, you want to talk about a pucker moment. I thought that thing was smashing into us. It was coming at a high rate. And there's no left tire on that vehicle. There's a right front tire, but the left tire got sheared off. And she was able to turn it. I actually saw her pulling on that wheel, turning it to the left as she came sliding up to me. And oh my God, I mean, she could have got banged up even worse hitting this big old beast sitting here. And I don't say that out of concern for myself, because it's just, we would have got rocked a little bit, but big deal. But she was able to turn it and veer it off just enough, and I'm not kidding, it came to a stop probably 6 to 8 inches away from the side of the truck there. But anyway, there's a couple minor injuries. The gal here, they're addressing the little girl in the car first. That's priority, and then this female here will be taken care of after that. I'm not sure if they have another ambulance on the way, or if they, I'm not the paramedic here. I'm not assessing people. I'm just going by what I've seen, and I've spoken to everybody in there. The little girl hit her head on the window. She was shook up, But and then when I asked her, she said she's fine. But I mean, she's a little girl. She got banged up. She's scared. Understandably so. But she was a trooper for really what they've been in. She was a serious trooper. And then this gal here in this vehicle, she was really shooken up. And I'm not sure if the vomiting was just from nerves or what, but, that's why the rescue force is here. So anyway, just wanted to share. Be safe. Be safe. Give extra space. Check and double check. You never know. This could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. The damage to the black SUV there is to the rear left tire and quarter panel. They started actually pulling out that far into the highway, and this vehicle here saw it and started to swerve around to the inside, which is more towards me, and so she made instead of making contact, T-boning that vehicle, which would have been, could have been devastating, really. They clipped the back end, it spun that vehicle around, and then ended up where you see them. So actually, they pulled that vehicle over about 20 feet, but it did get spun around, and I was sitting here talking to Woody, chatting, and I heard the screech, and right when I looked up, at the same time I looked up was when the impact hit, and it wasn't pretty. So be safe, people. Be safe no matter what you're doing. Remind those family members to be safe, and everybody have a good evening.